What's going on, guys? Welcome to a different video. This video you obviously know. You can see by the title what's going down. This is something that's been on my mind for a very, very long time. We're talking years, of course. This whole video is going to be about that. It's going to talk you through my thought process. It's going to talk you through where I'm at mentally and where my decision actually lies for now. And this is just to let you know, because I think a lot of people will be going through something similar, especially when they're in this industry. And I imagine you guys watching this are in this industry, or you're part of the industry, or you've got a foot in the industry. So you guys may be able to relate to this, maybe not. If not, maybe you can relate this to another part of your life of making a huge decision that scares you. Because sometimes it is just that fear of an unknown that stops us from making these big decisions. Steroids have been massive in the industry for years and years and years and years. They kind of are the industry to a certain extent. All those top fitness models, all the guys at the Olympia, they're all taking steroids. That's the be end and end all. It is in every single top tier sport that you can imagine. Swimming, cycling, athletics, those top 5 in the world, top 10 in the world. I'd go as far to say as 90% of the people are probably on drugs of some capacity. So it's something that people kind of often overlook, and if you said I'm going to take steroids to the average person out in town, they're going to go, what? Like, what? Little do they know, you taking steroids for 5 to 10 years is probably less harmful than the lifestyle they're going to lead for the rest of their life. But then obviously as you move into the industry, it's way more, not brushed over, but people just kind of, they know about it. And there's a lot in the industry about fake naturals. Is he natty or not, like, and all this kind of stuff, and it's a bit weird. Like, I think it is crazy how people will take a substance and then claim that they don't. It's a bit weird. People will respect you way more if you do, and it's really fucking obvious when you do. So I don't know, it's a bit weird. This is just me here being real about my decision. I've been thinking about taking steroids, and I'm very, very close to making that leap. Right now I am looking over the cliff and I've taken one foot off the side and I'm about to just go boom. It's been something that I've thought about for years. I want to make it very, very clear that I was very conscious not taking it for a very long time. I wanted to put in the foundations, I wanted to get as big as I can. I'm sitting over 100 kilos, I'm 102, 103 kilos. I'm pretty fucking strong. For a natural dude. I'm obviously not strong compared to the big dudes. I'm pretty fucking strong. I've been training like 9 years in total, 6 years, like five years competitively for bodybuilding. So I'm pretty well established in my natural career. My natural testosterone is peaked right now. I'm probably right at my height, probably about now. Maybe you'll get a little bit higher towards 30, depending on the person. And then my decline will start. Does that mean that natural progress will hinder and stop? No, I don't think so. Not until like quite a while into that retraction in testosterone. So obviously you peak testosterone, then eventually you'll come down. I don't think as soon as you start coming down you lose muscle. I think you can continue increasing due to, it's just an adaptive response really. It's not directly attached to testosterone, but it's just the testosterone allows you to produce a bigger adaptive response. So do I think I'm at my natural limit? No, I don't. I definitely don't. I don't think that'll be for another 10 to 15 years if I kept training. Do I think at my natural limit I could reach IFBB Pro, which is my goal? No, I don't. Originally the goal was get IFBB Pro naturally. That was the goal. If I'm true to myself, that was the goal. Long story short, there was a federation called UKBFF. They offered the only pro card to the IFBB Pro League. Their criteria was you had to be pretty much where I am now. Pretty much where I am now with like the fullness didn't have to be there. The muscularity that the pros do didn't have to be there. So it was very achievable for me. Still had to put in a lot of work. Still had to have genetics in my favor. It was very achievable for me to get pro naturally. There was some fuckery with the IFBB Pro and the amateur leagues about the judging and all that kind of stuff. So the IFBB Pro League sacked everyone. And they started a new league, and there's Two Bros Pro. You guys might have heard of it. It's very new. It's new this year, in fact, and they are now the sole givers of IFBB Pro card. They have new criteria. The criteria is you need a pro standard physique to be a pro. I completely agree. I completely agree. It's right for the sport. Like, why would you qualify if you don't look like a pro and they go to the pro leagues and get absolutely wiped out the floor? It doesn't make sense. It never made sense to me. It didn't bother me because I was like, oh, I can do this naturally. That'd be great. and then I could take steroids afterwards, and I could go for the Olympia. But the reality is, I'm probably not going to be able to do it. I'm pretty big now. I'm pretty probably on my peak size. I'm definitely going to get rounder. I'm definitely going to get fuller, more dense. Probably about to get leaner if I stay natural. But I'm not going to be able to get the muscularity that these pros have without taking steroids. So this has led me to the decision. This has led me to this conversation of going down the route of taking steroids now. If I am going to take them, I feel like it needs to be now, because I just do not get the buzz out of thinking about not competing for that IFBB Pro card, if that makes sense, and doing natural federations. I've never looked up, not that I look down, but I've never thought, oh, I really want to be a natural men's physique. I never want to be a natural, I really want to be a natural bodybuilder. I've never had that feeling. I've always just had, I want to be an IFBB Pro and I want to look like that. You know, that was my goal. That's nothing against these guys. These guys are fucking phenomenal. There are guys who would wipe the floor with me on a natural bodybuilding stage. I've never thought I want to go be the best natural bodybuilder in the world. It's never come into my head, really. It's always been the IFBB Pro goal. Now, after watching that Olympia, I feel personally, and this is, I don't want to come over as arrogant here, but I'm just going to say how I feel. I think I'm pretty objective. I feel like I've got the frame. I feel like I've got the structure. I feel like I've got the conditioning. I just don't feel like I've got the muscularity, and I think that's the only thing missing. And I look at those guys and they are on steroids. What can steroids give me? They can give me the muscularity that I want and need. That fullness, the muscle bellies, the more muscle, the more musculature, all of that comes with steroids. And I think I'm pretty I'm not going to be able to get way bigger than I am right now naturally. It's going to be very fucking difficult. And I think I'm at that point in my career where it's like, do or die. Are you going to do it or you're not going to do it? I'm 25. I've put everything into this sport for 6 years, 5 years. You know, all of my days have been towards it, and I fucking loved it. By the way, I'm not been like, oh my god, bodybuilding again. I fucking loved it, and I think it's just something that's played on my mind. And sometimes I think, is it just the stigma of society that's making me anxious about taking it? Is it just the fact that we've been told that steroids are bad, taking drugs are bad, and we shouldn't try any of these things or do any of these things? Is that what's holding me back? Is it the health implications? I don't think so, because it's pretty safe. Like it's pretty damn good as long as you're not absolutely abusing it. It's one of those things you can just come off when you want and be back to normal, which is pretty cool. Or is it the fact that I lose that natural status? Is it my ego? Is it something to do with my self-confidence, to have people say, are you natural, and for me to say, no, I'm not anymore? You know, is it you know, when people start to say, oh, you only look like that because of steroids? People say that now, by the way, but because I don't, I can just brush it off. But when I do start to take them, you know, will those things start to hit me? I do think about them now. Also, a lot of my fan base is natural. A lot of my fan base looks up to me for being natural, but I don't think I should be making that decision for them. As much as I fucking love you guys, as much as I appreciate the support throughout my career, I need to make this decision for me. But that's definitely it's there, you know. I can't dissociate myself with wanting to please everyone, of course, but as much as I need to not do that. And then on the other hand, sometimes I think fuck, it could be sick. I could do it. I can do it. I look at those top three and I think I've got a place there. If I fill out, if I get that big, I can do it. I get that feeling in me, you know. I get that passion back, that drive. And then some days I wake up and I'm like, I do love being natural. You know, it's so easy. It's so easy. I just need to eat. I need to train. I need to sleep. And that's pretty much it. And I know I'm gonna feel good, you know. But you know, when I start to bring in drugs, I've got to balance this drug with that drug and this drug and that drug. Is it just that I'm afraid of doing that, and afraid of bringing something new in that I don't know? I'm scared of the unknown. Is it that, or is it the stigma, or is it I don't actually want to do it, or is it that my goal's not strong enough? That comes into my head. Does it mean that, right now, I want to be an IFBB Pro so bad, but I'm thinking about the steroid decision so much. If I wanted to be an IFBB Pro so bad, wouldn't the decision be easier? I think about that, but then I also think I want to be an IFBB pro so bad. That's why I'm considering this so much and taking every precaution I can. There's two ways to think about everything, and that's the way my head's going. 1 minute it's on this side, 1 minute it's on that side, then I find a counter argument for that and a counter argument for that, then I flip over, and then it happens again, and it just keeps going. And it's really like, it's really been on my head. It's given me a bit of anxiety, which is fine, because that comes with big decisions. And I just wanted to spill my brain out on a camera to put it on the internet. Makes sense, right? No, I just want you guys to relate, to understand that, like, fuck me, we go through crazy things in our life, you know. And I know this might be the smallest decision in the grand scheme of life, but right now it's a big one, and it's something that I'm taking very carefully in consideration. So I'd love to know what you guys would do in my situation, and know that, guys, that doesn't mean I'm gonna read one of your comments and be like, that's what I'm gonna do. I just want to see what other people would do in my situation. It'd be very interesting. I'm sure I can hear some new opinions, some new looks, some, you know, the saying goes, a fresh pair of eyes can help you see things that you didn't see before, or a fresh pair of ears in this case. And I think this is a good thing to talk to the camera, just to explain where I'm at. If I'm going to start steroids, I'm going to start on 250 milligrams of testinathinate. I'm probably going to run that into a show and then taper up, something like that. I've got a coach, he's going to do all of that for me. I'm going to get my bloods done, I'm going to do it absolutely perfect, and that's probably going to start when I get back from Ibiza, if I'm going to do it. Or I'm going to hold out another year to stay naturally. Don't know why. What am I going to compete in? I can't really compete. You know, if I stay natural, I can't compete in the two bros because I'm probably not going to be big enough. I'll compete in the natural ones, which would be good. It'd be fun. It'd be nice to see how you know, the improvements naturally. But essentially, I'm working towards not my goal. You know, it's very difficult to kind of go into a prep, something that's going to really put pressure on your life for a goal you're not, you know, you know, like that kind of feeling for. It's difficult. It's very difficult, and that's where my head's at. This is a rant. This is a very long video. I'm just going to leave it up how it is. And just let you guys simmer through. I just want to say I've had a lot of support about this already. My mum and my girlfriend have been like unbelievable. They're both just like, we don't even like, didn't even bat an eyelid. It's just like, okay, like, what's best for you? Let's work out the pros, let's work out the cons, let's talk about this, talk about that, talk about this. It's been a very hot topic in the Bridgman household right now. And not only that, but the people who've messaged me saying, go for it, or people saying, stay natural. I appreciate all comments for sure, because I love to see the different people's opinions. Definitely had way more people say get on it because it's going to be mad. I know it's going to be mad. I know it'll be mental. Like I feel unbelievable sometimes now. I look at myself compared to guys who take drugs, and I think, damn, what happens if I take drugs? Sometimes when I'm shredded, I say to people, I feel like I'm on testosterone because I am like looking at myself like, what's going on? So I can only imagine what it's going to be like when I do, or if I do, or you know, when I do. So, oh my god, guys, I hope you managed to make it this far. This was no structure. This was a brain fart of a video. I hope you guys can relate, because there's some big fucking problems going on. Some bits. There's a big. I hope people can relate, because people have huge decisions in their life that may change the course of their lives, you know. And this will change the course of my life. It will change my life completely, you know. My whole life will be towards getting that goal, for sure. And if I'm not, I've got to reassess and maybe make a new goal. That's not a problem for me. That's not a problem for me. I'm in this for the love of the sport, more than anything. So regardless, I'm going to be training my ass off. Regardless, I'm going to be recovering as hard as I can. Regardless, I'm going to be doing everything to my maximum capability. But until then, guys, let me know what you think. See you soon, guys. Big decision. Peace and love.